quadratic equation question. So let me start to solve, guys. The question is, if alpha and beta be the roots of the equation px square plus qx plus r is equal to 0, where your p is not equal to 0, if p comma q comma r are in AP and 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to 4, then find the value of modulus of alpha minus beta. So people, in the question it is given that there is an equation that is px square plus qx plus r is equal to 0 such that alpha and beta are the roots of that particular equation, as well as that p comma q comma r are in AP, and also it is given that your sum of the reciprocals of the roots is nothing but 4, and they are asking us to find the value of modulus of alpha minus beta. So people, first how I am going to approach this question is, the question is given that your p comma q comma r are in AP, which means p then q and r are in AP such that they have a common difference between each other. It forms a particular sequence, okay, arithmetic progression, and that is what they are saying in the question now. If p comma q comma r in AP, then of course your middle term is nothing but mean of your extreme terms. I hope you guys understand what I am trying to say. I am trying to say that your q will be nothing but p plus r by 2, correct now? Think carefully and say, if for example a comma b comma c are in AP, then we would say that your middle term, that is your b, will be nothing but mean of your other terms, that is your extreme terms, a plus c by 2, correct now? And that is the same thing I am using here. So therefore q will be equal to p plus r by 2. Hence I will say that 2q is equal to p plus r, correct or not? Think carefully and say. Just cross multiply. It's very simple, people. Take 2 to this side. Hence 2q is equal to p plus r, and that is what? And that is what I did here. Very basic thing. So I want you guys to understand this. If 3 terms are in AP, then the middle term will be mean of your extreme terms. Hence I got it as 2q is equal to p plus r. Now let me take this as one equation. Take this as one equation, okay? So I will write here your 2q is equal to p plus r. That is what we got. So this is your equation 1. Let me take like that, and I will rub all other things, because only this equation is recovered, not all other unnecessary things. And now, as well as in the question is given that your 1 by alpha, that is sum of your reciprocal of roots, is nothing but 4. Nothing but 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to 4. If 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to 4, then just use the LCM, just take the LCM. Therefore, we will get alpha plus beta by alpha beta is equal to 4, correct now? Which implies your alpha plus beta by alpha beta is equal to 4. And now from this, we are sure that we are supposed to find the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, which is nothing but your sum of the roots as well as the product of the roots. Okay, I hope you guys understand what I am trying to say. Here, we know 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to 4. Therefore, when I take LCM, this is something I will get. And now we are supposed to know the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, that is your sum of the roots and product of the roots. Hence, in this equation, I can directly find the sum of the roots and product of the roots using the relationship between roots and the coefficient. Very basic concept. Okay. So now, what will be your alpha plus beta, that is your sum of the roots for this equation? Alpha plus beta will be nothing but minus b by a. Sum of the roots of a particular equation of form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will be nothing but minus b by a. Here your b is q, therefore minus q by p, because a is p. And product of the roots will be nothing but c by a. That is your constant by your coefficient of x square. That is nothing but r by p, and this is what you guys will be getting. So your alpha plus beta will be minus q by p, and your product of the roots are nothing but r by p. So therefore, just put these two values in this equation. Just put these two values in this equation. Therefore, I will get minus q by p by alpha beta is nothing but r by p is equal to 4. Therefore, p cancel. Hence, you will get it as your minus q will be nothing but take r to that side, that will be nothing but 4r. Correct or not? Think carefully and say, people. If minus q by r, as your pp gets cancelled, if your minus q by r is equal to 4, then minus q will be 4r. Just taking r to that side. So hence, which implies that your q is equal to minus 4r when you take the negative sign that side. Correct or not? And this is what you finally got here. Okay? So you got your value of q as minus 4r. So I will repeat what I did here. It's very simple. We just found out the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta is nothing but minus q by p and r by p. I just put out those values in this particular equation. Therefore, I will get minus q by p by r by p is equal to 4. P cancel. Therefore, minus q by r is equal to 4. And from that, I got to know the value of q is minus 4r. Okay? And now, just put this particular equation in this. We know q is minus 4r, hence I can replace this q as minus 4r. Okay, so 2 into minus 4r will be equal to 4 plus r, sorry, p plus r. So hence I will get it as your p is equal to minus 9r. Correct or not? Think carefully and say. We found out the value of q as minus 4r. Therefore, when you put the value of q as minus 4r in this equation, you will get 2 into minus 4r is equal to p plus r. So 2 into minus 4 is minus 8r. Take that r this side. So minus 8r minus r will be your p. Hence, p will be minus 8r minus r. That is nothing but your minus 9r. Hence, I got to know the value of p as 9r. So, I will write the value of p is nothing but minus 9r. And your value of q is minus 4r. I hope you guys can understand what I am trying to convey here. The motive of me is to not to find the value of p and q in terms of your r, in terms of the third term in the IAP. Okay, so we found the value of p and we found the value of q in terms of r, and now I can rub the remaining things because those things are not necessary now. Okay, we just found the value of p and q by using this particular hint given in the question, that is 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to 4. I just use these two hints, that's all. Okay, and now after the question is very simple. What has been asked in the question is modulus of alpha minus beta. Modulus means it must be positive. The final answer must be positive. You guys know what is modulus function, so I don't need to explain about it. We are supposed to find the value of modulus of alpha minus beta. But people, how do you think can you find this value? Is there any way? Actually, we only know the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. But from that, how can we arrive the value of alpha minus beta? Is there any particular way to find that? It's very easy because we know that your alpha minus beta square is nothing but, listen carefully, alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta, correct na? This is one identity. It's derived from the basic identity of basic algebraic identity. So basically, your alpha minus beta whole square can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta, because alpha plus beta whole square is alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta minus 4 alpha beta, which is minus 2 alpha beta. Just basic conversion, people. This is a basic identity, and this is something I'm gonna use here also. We know alpha minus beta whole square is alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Hence, modulus of alpha minus beta. Here we are having square. This is what you will get. If I need to just find out the value of alpha minus beta, take root on both sides. Hence, I will get root of alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. I hope you guys can understand what I am trying to convey here. It's very simple, people. We know alpha minus beta whole square is nothing but alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta, basic algebraic identity. From that I arrived that your alpha minus beta or mod of alpha minus beta will be nothing but root of alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So just taking root on both sides of that particular identity which I told earlier. And now the question is very simple. What you're gonna do is modulus alpha minus beta will be nothing but root of alpha plus beta whole square. What is alpha plus beta? That is minus q by p. Minus q by p whole square will be q square by p square. Then minus of 4 into alpha beta. Alpha beta is r by p. So something you guys will be left out. Therefore, you get mod of alpha minus beta will be root of q square by p square minus 4r by p. So take LCM people, just multiply p in this particular fraction. Therefore, you get q square minus 4rp by p square. Correct now? When you take LCM, this is something you guys will be left out. Just take LCM, very simple. Q square by p square minus 4r by p. When you take LCM, just multiply p in this particular fraction on both numerator and denominator. Hence, this is something you guys will be left out. So from this, I will say that your mod of alpha minus beta will be nothing but root of q square minus 4rp by mod of p. I hope you guys understand what the thing I did here. We know that it is something with whole root, guys. Whole root of q square minus 4rp by p square, as is in fraction, root of p square is p only. But we are supposed to find the value of mod of alpha minus beta. Hence your denominator should also be the positive value, and that is why it is mod of p. Very simple. Such a simple concept. And from that, we are at mod of alpha minus beta is root of q square minus 4rp by mod of p. And now the question is very simple. Tell me one thing. Do you know the value of p? Yes. Do you know the value of q? Yes. Do you know the value of r? Yes. We all know the values of p, q, r in terms of r itself. Because just to be right now, p is something where minus 9r and q is something where minus 4r. Just put those values. Therefore, you get mod of alpha minus beta. Mod of alpha minus beta will be nothing but 1 minute people. Will be nothing but root of q square minus 4rp. What is q square? Q is something but minus 4r. So q square will be 16r square. Minus of 4 into r. R into p. What is p? Minus 9r. By mod of p. What is mod of p? Mod of minus 9r. Okay. So therefore I will get modulus of alpha minus beta will be root of 16r square plus 36r square. Correct now? Because 4r into minus 4r into minus 9r is plus 36r square. Then divided by mod of 9r will be 9r only. Correct now? Correct or not? Yes. It's 9r only. So therefore I will get mod of alpha minus beta will be nothing but root of 16r square plus 36r square. What is root of 16r square plus 36r square? That will be root of 52 r square by 9r. Correct now? This is what you guys are left out. And now mod of alpha minus beta is root of 52 r square by 9r. So root of 52 is what? Root of 52, 2 into 26. 2 into 2 into 13. So 2 root 13. Root of 52 is 2 root 13. So mod of alpha minus beta will be 2 root 13 into r square root is r only. 2 root 13 r. So this r is outside the root. Okay. Then divided by 9r. So therefore r cancel. Hence I will get root mod of alpha minus beta is equal to 2 root 3 by 9, and that's the answer for the question. That's the answer for the question, and that's all. of this question. I hope you guys would have enjoyed the solving of this question. Basically, what we did here is we just used all the ins given in the question. We know your P, Q, are in AP. Therefore, I can arrive that your 2Q will be equal to P plus R. Correct now? 2Q will be equal to P plus R, and after that I kept it as one equation. Then I use this particular int. 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is equal to 4. Hence, I just used the LCM and I got to know that your alpha plus beta by alpha beta is equal to 4. From that I use the sum of the roots and product of the roots. That is something but a relation between the roots and the coefficient. And then I arrived at some value, and using that I found out the value of P and Q, and just I used the particular value of P and Q in this alpha minus beta using a special algebraic identity, and that's all, it's over. And please remember, it's been mod of alpha minus beta, and that is why it is nothing but mod of P. Please understand it, okay? Don't ever forget these type of small silly things. So don't ever make a mistake upon it, and that's all people. That's all of this question. Thank you. Make education simple.